Hello.
Hi.
Great evening, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the fifth episode of Beautiful Minds, a live chat show with the unsung heroes around the world. A pianist is a person who types music on the piano, but it is something which we have to feel and understand by our heart. And today, with me on the show, I have got Vaishnavi, a young, talented pianist, a singer, and who feels really proud to be said as a Malayali. For her, the piano, what she says is that for people, the keys of pianos are black and white, but for her, it is the colors of her life. So there you go. Hi, Vaishnavi. How are you?
Hi, Kirti. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Great, yeah, very good. It's a really rainy time here, and we are finding it really difficult with the climate and the connectivity and things like that. But I'm happy that I've got you online right now with me.
Yeah, same. I'm happy to be here too. It's such a. I like the idea or the concept of this show. It's really good.
Thank you so much, Vaishu. Vaishu, I still remember the day when you were there at my home with your family, just a day just before my brother's wedding, where I think your song and your dad's guitar made the day for us. Where we always surprised to see like, oh my God, a young girl, a great singer, and I'm sure that on that day itself, most of us would have told that there is a great future for you. So there you go with your future and your journey as a pianist. So now the show is yours. Let's discuss something about the journey of yours being a pianist. Now, is it from the childhood you had this, or is it that you felt and you just went to be a pianist?
I always loved music. I got inspiration from my dad,
Okay.
and I never thought I would be playing piano when I was younger. My dad, when I was in sixth, my dad sent me and my brother to a music school back in
Okay.
India.
Okay.
But we did learn only for like 2 months, and
Okay.
because my dad didn't like the way they taught us, they were using our notation, like Indian notation,
Okay.
for Western music. And my dad
Uh-huh.
wanted me to learn the exact staff notations. He was
All
very
right.
strict about it, so he told us not to continue with the lessons anymore. And then after that, I thought, okay, I never thought of going back to music, but I always
Mm-hmm.
loved music and
Okay.
I wanted to learn, but I didn't get the opportunity because the studies back there is very
Yeah,
hard.
that's right.
Uh, yeah, I was in CBSE school and I had to concentrate when I was in grade 10, 11, 12. I did grade 10 and 11 there. It was very hard.
Okay.
And then we came here when I was grade 12.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was more interested in taking my brother to
Mm-hmm.
music school for the lessons. He was not into me. I
Okay.
don't know why he was being a sexist, but
All right.
maybe it's because back home in gigs, it's mostly guys who are playing for the gigs, right? We
That's
don't see
very
women
true
that much.
because Vaishu, when I heard, when I went through your profile, seeing you as a pianist, I was really, really surprised and was really happy because back in Kerala, it's a very general tradition that girls generally go for dancing, singing, to play veena. But the pictures which you have sent me surprised me to see that a girl in front of the biggest thing which we call as a piano there. So I was really happy to see that there. Okay, so
Yeah.
and then what happened?
Here, I for the gigs, I play our Indian music.
Uh-huh.
We have a band, Allegra band, where
Okay.
my dad is our band leader, and I play
Uh-huh.
with him. My brother
Uh-huh.
is there playing bass. Sometimes
Okay.
my mom also joins for the percussion. So we have a small band. So I go with that band to play our
Okay.
music.
Okay.
And but I'm more. I took lessons in Western, so I'm more into Western.
All right.
But when I was back home for a month in November. So when I was there, I went for lessons here
Mm-hmm.
to a teacher. His
Mm-hmm.
name is Tankaraj. He's a really, really great teacher. He is in Trivandrum. If anybody is interested in learning our classical music, I would really recommend. to go to him
Okay.
for keyboard or harmonium. If anybody in
All right.
Kerala, he's the best teacher in the whole Kerala, I would say.
Can you just repeat
He's
the
a really
person's
good
name
teacher.
once again, Vaishu?
Sorry?
Can you just repeat the person, the teacher's name,
His
just
name
for
is
the
Tankaraj. Tankaraj.
Tangaraj?
He's in
Tangaraj. Okay.
Trivandrum.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He's a very among the musicians. He is very popular, famous.
All
Everybody
right.
knows him.
Okay.
Okay, so coming back to your question, uh,
Yes.
so so after grade 12, I went for my mom wanted me to be a doctor because she
Uh-huh.
was a doctor back home. So she wanted me to follow her path.
All
So she
right.
wanted me to go to medical school,
Uh-huh.
but I did like couple of years. I did learn, but then I couldn't continue because I always felt like I was missing music. I wanted to learn piano, but
Uh-huh.
I couldn't learn piano because I have to go with I have to learn like I have to learn other things like medical what we have to learn in the university and
Mm-hmm.
also I couldn't concentrate on piano, but I always practiced a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to learn by myself. Then
Mm-hmm.
my brother started going for lessons, piano lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started using his books. I
Mm-hmm.
started self-taught.
Okay.
So I used his books, and my dad saw me playing.
Okay.
So he said, "Okay, why don't you? I will teach you. Why don't you join me for to play with me?" So
Okay.
we thought of doing videos. That's how I started with Eastern music. We
Uh-huh.
started putting videos on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad taught me first a little bit because he saw
Okay.
me playing piano from my brother's book. And then after that, he said, okay, go for the lessons.
All right.
Uh, then I did go, and I started playing piano only like 5 years. It's been 5 years, and I
Was
took
it?
1 year break in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm a late beginner.
All right, but I think though it is late, it is no, you do a great job right now because when you said that you are I don't know taking lessons to be a licensed piano teacher there in Canada, I think that it is not so easy to get a license for anything abroad. I think it's not quite easy. So when you are there, I believe that 5 years of time is really a great experience which you would be having that the Canadian people are thinking that it is good to give a license to a young, talented teacher there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm blessed that way. I'm so grateful to God. I'm blessed that way. I was able to learn quickly everything.
Okay.
And in 5 years, it's a surprise for me too. Uh,
Right.
but right now, I'm doing level 7. We have
Mhm.
here RCM. Back home, it's Trinity. That's more
Mhm.
common. Trinity.
Okay.
Here, the syllabus is RCM, Royal Conservatory.
All right.
So that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing level 7 right now, and I'm also doing a teacher's course.
Okay.
Uh, that's yeah, so that I can get more students. I can take them for exams. I
Okay.
still do. I still have students, and I'm preparing them for the exams, and I'm doing this course as well.
All right. So I think
So
you
answering to your
actually
question,
set
that's how I
a
feel.
yeah, I believe that you set an example for people, those who would really love to learn piano, that age doesn't matter or the years doesn't matter at all because a person who has started late is doing wonders. Maybe then it is just a passion that you require to, to learn something, let that be a piano or anything else. All right.
I
Vaishu,
can
I wanted
hear
to
you
ask you one
properly.
thing that, see, when you get students to learn piano, what do you think about them? Like, what do you take into your mind before you take up a student?
In most cases, it's clearly evident in the second lesson. In the
Mm-hmm.
first lesson, they'll be all interested and all.
All
They'll
right.
listen to what you say, but
Mm-hmm.
it's very evident from the second lesson and from there because
Okay.
the first thing they wouldn't be practicing much. They
Okay.
wouldn't do they wouldn't do their homeworks well. They would give
Mm-hmm.
excuses and all.
I
So,
know.
but if a student who is really into music,
Okay.
you can clearly identify him because he'll be doing all his works. But I'm not saying that, but because there are exceptions.
Okay.
sometimes these students who come to the lessons pushed by the
Mm-hmm.
parents, they eventually get interested
Okay.
in the music. It depends on the teacher, actually. It
All right.
depends on how fun the teacher makes the lessons for these kids.
Mhm.
So if their teacher is being too pushy on them, and then they will feel like, oh, it's too much work, they can't do it, they'll get tired quickly.
All
So
right.
if the teacher gives like less amount of work and makes it more fun, if the teacher gives them interesting songs to play on the keyboard, then the students will be more interested.
All
And I
right.
think it's possible to make a student interested in music even if they were not interested in the first place. It is
All,
possible.
all right. So, what do you teach them there? Like, you are into your Western and classical as well. So, in piano, what are they preferring for? No, because we have a tradition right now here that we have people from abroad coming here to just learn the classical dance and song and things like that. So, do you have the same experience there as well? That in Canada, the students prefer to learn the classical part of it, or they prefer for the Western itself?
I take lessons for both Western and our Bollywood music, Bollywood
Okay.
including Malayalam.
All
Uh,
right.
but I get both. I get both
So do they come with
students who are
a
interested
specific
in
thing that
Western.
no, my kid wants to learn Western or my kid wants to learn classical?
Um, at first, most parents they are not they're confused because they don't know what's the
What's the
difference.
difference? Okay.
Uh, yeah, so they'll just say they want to learn the basics and all. So I
Okay.
teach them Western at first,
Okay.
but there is preference sometimes. People do like adult students. They do come and tell me, okay, they want Bollywood.
All right.
If it's like Indian students, they'll say, okay, they want to learn our style, harmonium style and all.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's younger students, I get yeah, for Western. Most younger
Okay.
students are all younger students are doing Western.
All right. Was there a moment where you were very proud of a student of yours?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I have a student. His name is Leon. He's such a great student. Like because uh, he the proud moment would be he was playing both styles, Western and our Indian music style. I taught him both, and
Okay.
he was able to learn it quickly, and he listens to me well,
Okay.
and he's it's mostly, and I'm not saying it's my credit, it's his credit, it's his work, it's his passion. Uh, and I'm proud of him. He is preparing for the exams now,
Okay.
and he is improving so much with listening to my tips and advices. Um, I think that's a oh and another would be I was able to I have four really very young students. They're like four
Okay.
years, six, seven. So I
Mm-hmm.
have four. So the it's not Leon is not part of them. This is another four students. So I
Okay.
was able to make them perform in front of a small group of people in less than 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a very proud moment for me.
Okay.
They were really young and they put a lot of effort, and it was really happy moment to see them perform because it's not easy to perform
Yeah, that's
live
right.
and also in front of group of people. It's not like how you sit in a room
Mm-hmm.
and practice. When
That's
you
right.
go and perform in front of people, it's a scary moment for not for everyone, but for kids, it's
Yeah. No,
not
I was
comfortable
really
for them. But
surprised to hear when you said the age of these kids, those who have performed, like 4 years. Oh my God. But I believe that,
yeah, yeah.
as younger you are, the fear is less because no, as you become older, the conscious part comes out, that oh my God, everyone is looking at me. But I think the younger ones, it doesn't bother what they are, what people think. They just do what they like to do. So that's great. Vaishu, is
Yeah.
there a person who you have felt like an inspiration as a pianist? Because I know your dad and he is a guitarist. So you said that your beginning lessons were taught by your father. So is there anyone else that you take up as an inspiration as a pianist? That
Oh
wow,
my
I
God,
love to
yes, of
meet this
course.
person.
I have to meet or someone who I have never met, or because my inspiration, mm, I have two people who are really inspired me, but they are my teachers. I have met them already. So if you ask me someone who I have never met, who is my inspiration, I will say Yanni. Yanni he's a famous pianist.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
right.
like to meet him.
Okay, and how
Uh,
about Indians?
Oh, Indian, we don't have that many pianists there, but I would say A.R. Rahman.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I,
I
I
love
like I
that.
listen to his songs. He's my one of the inspirational music directors. I'm into composing. I like composing
Great.
more than playing. I like playing too, but the reason why I'm learning music is that I can compose my own music one day. Uh, so
Yeah.
that's my interest is.
All right. Viewers, I was also telling you that it is a family with, artists there. So I know I did get some messages, people asking me that a family with a lot of artists, how? Here the fun part is that Vaishnavi's dad is a guitarist. He used to be here, in media itself as a guitarist in most of the reality shows, and then later they moved to Canada. Second, her mom is a doctor by profession, but she is a singer. Vaishnavi, there is a pianist and a singer, and then her younger brother who is also into guitar. So that's how we call up as a family with a lot of artists, and they have their own band as well, Allegra. So, Vaishnavi, can you just tell us something about Allegra band? How did this happen, and how are things going on?
Like I said before, my dad, the first part members of the band were me and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, before there's a story before that. My dad, after coming here, he wanted to start our band, like Indian band, with his
Mm-hmm.
friends,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and he was asking a couple of his friends to join his band,
Mm-hmm.
but they were not cooperative. There, some of them were telling him high rates and all. So my dad's plan was to make it fun, and the rate the musicians said was too high.
Okay.
And also there we don't have that many artists here from our country.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, and then he saw me playing. And he said, okay, we have keyboards in our own home. Why don't I train her and make her part of our band? That's
Okay.
what he did. That's how I joined this band. And then we added my brother. And then slowly, after a lot of practice sessions inside our home, we didn't go outside performing right away.
Mm-hmm.
My dad he was teaching. He's into guitar. He doesn't know much of piano style,
Mm-hmm.
but he's into guitar. Music is a universal language, so he taught me whatever he played in the guitar. So he would play notes in the guitar, and then
Okay.
he will show me the notes on the keyboard. Because at that time, I didn't know, I was not sure of the notes and all ever on the keyboard. So he would
Mm-hmm.
play on the guitar, then he would do the same on keyboard. I will write
Mm-hmm.
it down my own way, and then I will practice with. We have like fingering and all for piano. We have to follow certain fingering, otherwise it's
Mm-hmm.
you can hurt your hands. That time I wasn't aware of fingering or anything like that. No proper technique, anything. So I was just using my first three fingers to play the piano, and I found it so hard. This is
Okay.
before taking the lessons, and I think my dad cared only about how the music comes out. He didn't care about the techniques and everything. So he didn't explain all those things. I learned only that later. But I
Okay.
was able to play.
Okay.
Then later, my dad he taught my brother bass guitar, and then
Okay.
after a lot of practice sessions inside our home itself, every day my dad would choose a song, and then we would
Mm-hmm.
practice that for 3 4 days, or
Okay.
and then we will take a video and upload it on Facebook. That's why we took the video. We would because my dad is so much into social media. He likes using Facebook, so yeah, he always wants to update because he's a musician, so he wants to put something about music. He loves
Mm-hmm.
music so much, and
Yeah.
I look up to him when it comes to music. He's very passionate about music, and he's my
I know that
very
really well because I know him very personally, where I could see him always carrying his guitar along with him. Wherever he is, the guitar is with him. What I have heard from him is we never know that when would people ask us to play guitar. So at that time, he don't want to say that, oh, I can take my guitar. Also, that's how I remember him when he came to our house as well. So that's great to know about it. And I know most probably your dad would be thinking that why did I search for people outside my home when I already had a singer, a keyboard player, a guitarist already inside my house, and that's how Allegra band came up. He's really happy right now to see that he don't have to depend on anyone else because he already have everyone in his
yeah.
hand.
Yeah, if
That,
without him, I would have joined for the piano lessons, but I wouldn't have been learning Indian music. Or it's because of him that I was exposed to our Indian music back home. Even though I was there back home for my 15 years of my life, but I was always into Western music. I because I didn't know what to listen for Indian music, because we
mhm.
have like so many ragas, and it's a whole different world. I was
Yeah.
exposed to that only after my dad started teaching me our Indian music. Then I
Mm-hmm.
was exposed to all these ragas, and that's why when I was back home, I took lessons for a month. I was there for a month, and I took lessons with Tankaraj sir. I went to him for harmonium for a month to learn about our Carnatic music.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay,
so
Vaishu,
that
I
was
have a doubt of mine. Being a very normal person who is not nowhere near to the piano, is there any connection between the harmonium and the piano? Like, if someone is going to learn piano, does playing a harmonium also help this person to learn piano a bit quick or in a better way, or something really unique? Is that?
the key and all the how the keys are arranged and everything is all same in harmonium and in piano. But
Mm-hmm.
someone who played harmonium to switch to piano would be little bit difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit. I'm not saying it's not possible at all. It would be a little bit difficult for the person, because in harmonium, they don't really use their left hand. They use their left hand to control the bellow, the sound.
Yeah.
But for piano, we pianists use both hands. We would be
Yeah,
playing
that's true.
chords or some accompaniment in the left hand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so that would be a little bit difficult or challenge for a harmonium player to. That's my view on that. But for a pianist to switch to harmonium would be easy, I would say, because they have to focus only on one hand,
All
because
right.
harmonium mostly play with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
So because I'm a person who's tried harmonium after learning piano,
Mm-hmm.
so it was not difficult for me. I'm not saying difficult at all, because the playing style is very different.
Okay.
I'm talking only about the difficulty uh, in what in not the playing style, but in controlling the volume, things like that.
All right.
So in harmonium, you have to focus only on the right hand, and left hand you can make the sound.
Mm-hmm.
But the playing style, I would say, is very difficult than piano.
All
Than
right.
piano, because harmonium there's a lot of touches. You have to know the ragas. It's a beautiful instrument. It has a lot of potential. I wish I could stay there and learn more. I was only there for a month. 1 month is not at all enough to learn the full potential of the that instrument. It's such a beautiful instrument, harmonium.
All right.
Yes.
So, what are your future plans, Vaishu? Is it that you're going to take piano as a profession of yours, or you said you are learning right now? Are you doing your higher studies? What is there about your future plans?
I was doing a medicine before for a
Mm-hmm.
couple of years, and then
Mm-hmm.
I took a break because I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I needed to continue with piano. Then I
Okay.
went for a piano lessons for a year. That's
Uh-huh.
when I did my first piano exam.
Okay.
Then my mom didn't like that I was only doing piano lessons. That time I was not teaching also. I was just learning piano. I was
All
not going
right.
into college. So
Mm-hmm.
my mom didn't like that, and she wanted me to go back to school. So she said, okay, if you don't like being a doctor, why don't you go for nursing? That
Okay.
was her second. So I went for nursing here. That also only for 1.5 years. But
Okay.
that I didn't stop. I really wanted to quit that, but so that I can focus on piano. Because when I go to college, I can't focus on music because it's too much work. But so I
Okay.
felt really bad for not following my passion. And the reason why I stopped the my nursing is that I got sick in between.
Mm-hmm.
I had asthma, so when it gets winter here, I get sick, so I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
continue with my nursing. I was not able to attend my classes. So
Mm-hmm.
with their rules, the college rules, they said they cannot let me continue because
Okay.
I was absent for so many days. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how that got stopped. But it's good that got stopped because after that, I was able to continue my piano lessons. I was sad for a month when my college stopped, but
Mm-hmm.
then I thought, okay, what's next? Then I thought, okay, I'll continue with my piano lessons where I stopped from. Then I
Yeah.
started going for lessons. Then I met this teacher. His name is Lee Wallace. I learned so
Mm-hmm.
much from him. He
Mm-hmm.
he uh, he trained me for a level 5 exam, six
Mm-hmm.
here, and then now he's still my teacher
All
for
right.
level 7. And he is a jazz guitarist as well.
Okay.
So he, he plays piano also, and he's my another inspiration when it comes to teachers.
All right, maybe I think
So
Vaishu, all these are the bells to be rang to people around you saying that, see, all this is not my cup of tea. It's just piano which is there, and maybe that.
yeah, everything has a reason. I believe that. It's like whatever bad or good happens, there's a reason for everything to happen
All
in
right,
your life.
Vaishu, in my tag, I have already also said that a talented pianist and a singer. So I cannot ask you to right now play a piano because you just told me no, an hour before that you're not there at home and you don't have the piano right now. But can you just sing a
No,
song for the viewers here?
my favorite. I listen to piano most of the time these days. No,
It doesn't matter. I'm asking you just to sing a song which you love the most. Like at any time someone asks you to sing, I'm sure that everyone has a masterpiece of them. Like you go for anywhere, someone asks you to sing a song, and people sing the same song everywhere. So is there something that is someone? Yeah, I could see a viewer say Hotel California.
oh, okay. He's my friend back home because
Uh,
he was in my class with
all right.
Sangaret sir. That's
Right. So you want to just go on with the request?
okay, okay. I'll do that. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, da 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 da, da 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 da. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. They're living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Full of alibis. It's
That's
just because
great.
you requested.
I
I
know,
sang
Vaishu.
this.
I'm sure that if there are more people coming in, there'll be a lot of requests coming up. But Vaishu, it's like it's time for me to wind up the show here. But
Okay.
it was really no good to have you here with me. I'm so happy that I could have you online to let other people know that there are people, those who follow their passion, whatever things comes in between. It's just their passion which will definitely drive them out. So before we wind up, Vaishu, is there anything that you would like to tell the viewers here, the viewers of My Beautiful Minds, that
And first of all, thank you for making me part of your show. And I'm
thank you.
very thankful for people who are joined for our live session. I'm very thankful for each of them for taking their time to watch this. And I know we are in different places and we have had time problems. We couldn't communicate properly in between, but still we managed. And I'm
Yes, that's
thankful
right.
for you and everything. And when it I would say people do watch this show because I saw your previous shows. It's all interesting. It's all different interesting people. So people please do watch her show, so you can meet more interesting people and get to know them better. Um, and that's it. That's it. And yeah,
All right,
people
thank you
who
so
are
much,
into music,
Vaishu.
keep practicing.
Yeah, that's an advice from a teacher that if you love music, if you want to learn that, you take into do practice, and that makes perfection. That's perfectly right.
Yeah, because
Anyways, thank you so much, Vaishu, and the viewers there. Thank you so much for being a part of Beautiful Minds. Just wait for the next episode, which would be upcoming on next Saturday with another interesting person. Keep watching Beautiful Minds and keep supporting. Join us, get inspired, and keep smiling. So until then, it's a bye from both of us. Bye.